All clear. Dispatch, enjoy your ride. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Theme Park Tempo, coming to you today from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, at Six Flags America. First shot of Six Flags America here in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. I almost said Massachusetts. Maryland. This is my fourth Six Flags park. Having gone to Massachusetts, California, and of course New Jersey. My fourth Six Flags park, and what I do love about Six Flags is one pass is good for all the parks around the country. However, getting into that parking lot this morning, the operations were horrendous. Took me about 20 minutes to get through the parking lane, and there were no cars. They just didn't open up the parking lot until about 30 minutes before the park opens. So first impression is poor operations, but that's Six Flags, so I'm kind of coming in expecting that. They're not known for their customer service by any means. No, they are known for their rides. But let's get to go through a health screening checkpoint up ahead, and we'll be in the park soon. So it's about 3 minutes of 11, and they haven't opened up the tent to us, to let us in. So I don't understand. Finally, people are going through. They should have got that done 10 minutes ago. So far, extremely poor operations here at Six Flags. Then again, it's Six Flags, so I don't expect anything crazy as far as their customer service, but this line should have been moving 10-15 minutes ago. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, first impression walking in, we have a great fountain like we do back in Six Flags at home. Typical Midway area, your typical Main Street. Nicely kept though. I'm heading to Superman first, which is similar to the one they have over in Massachusetts. Let's see how it rides here. I got a Gotham City here as well. I mean, they recycle and re-gift Clue a lot, but a little Harley Quinn, looks like a top hat. Wonder Woman swings. Looks very similar to the Batman show back at home. Trying to find Superman, looks like she's back here somewhere. And they have a Batmobile here. And a Joker's Jinx in the background, which is a linear induction. Trying to find the entrance for Superman.
Guests and team members.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we have found Superman Ride of Steel.
Your health and safety. Number 1.
We look like we're the first people back here.
Number 2.
Alright, I hope it is open. Well, have a Six Flags day, ladies and gentlemen. We went all the way back here. They don't have it roped off. Typical Six Flags, how they operate. It's closed as of now. I'm not sure when they're going to open. Hopefully, I didn't come all the way from New Jersey just to not go on it. But Joker's right here. Batwing's somewhere around here. We'll hit him up. Coming up to the Joker's Jinx, linear induction. Not the intensest one, but it does look fun. Moderate theming as always. I just got off the Joker's Jinx, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, launch, very snappy launch, which was good. Slowed down a lot after the first few inversions. Picked up again at the end, nice corkscrew, decent G-force. Altogether, I give it about a... Up next, ladies and gentlemen, on a technical breakdown is going to be Joker's Jinx. Joker's Jinx intensity ranks in at a 6. Decent launch, nothing too crazy. Nice inversions, though, throughout the ride, although it does slow down a lot during the middle section. Layout altogether a 7. It is a nice roller coaster to look at. And the theming a 6, again, mainly in the queue. On to the next page. Total track smoothness a 7. Nice and smooth. Not too old, not too new, but still keeping up with the smoothness. Airtime really a 5. Nothing much other than the first launch and maybe a little bit during the drop-down section after. Although total reroutability of 7.5. Bringing Joker's Jinx's total tempo tickets to 6.4. 6.4 total tempo tickets for Joker's Jinx. You can touch the track. So we're gonna hit that up next. Got the wild one in the background, Fireball. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is Firebird, the original B&M coaster. Originally stand-up, now floorless, as you see. Website said this was closed, but it's open, so theme park websites sometimes are unreliable, and I really wish they did a better job of keeping up. But regardless, getting on another one here. credit 143. That was Firebird, ladies and gentlemen. The first ever B&M. For as old as it was smoother than expected. Head rattled a little towards the end. Definitely felt like I was on a stand-up. I give it.
Up next on the technical breakdown sheet is going to be Firebird, the original B&M roller coaster. Originally made a stand-up, had a different name, I forget what it was, so my apologies on that. Remade a floorless coaster, now stands as Firebird. A total intensity is 7. It is an intense ride. It's very, very forceful. Extremely tight layout, but it was a beauty to look at nonetheless. Both at a 7 as well. An overall theming of 4.75. Other than the signage up front, there's not much theming at all. Although a total track smooth, as I gotta say, it is the original B&M, so it is a little up there in age. Yeah, really rough though. Really rough. At about a 5. Total airtime of 2, nothing crazy on this floorless coaster with the airtime, and a re-rideability of 5. It wasn't my favorite coaster by any means. It is cool to get the credit for it being the original B&M, but however, putting all those factors together, Firebird gets a total tempo tickets of 5.1. 5.1 total tempo tickets for Firebird.
Of course, in typical tradition, you exit into a gift shop, but it works because I need a drink. Really cool. You don't see this kind of merchandise at home in Six Flags. This is some cool stuff they got here. Alrighty, Superman Ride of Steel is finally open. Haven't seen any of the Woodies being tested yet. Hopefully they're open. Alright, just had our back row ride on Superman Ride of Steel. Very solid coaster. It's been delivered. It's an older ride, but it was fantastic. The airtime on the first drop, the double helixes, some of the best G-forces and helixes I've ever seen in my life. Really good ride. Gonna go back on again and have a front row and hit up all these other great attractions here at Six Flags America. Again, that was Superman the Ride of Steel. We had a front row seat, fantastic airtime, one of the best helixes I've been on any coaster. Not like the one in Massachusetts. It doesn't have the cool end turn section with all the drift traps, but definitely worth another re-ride later. Did 2 rides.
Up next on the technical breakdown sheet is Superman Ride of Steel. Superman Ride of Steel, really intense ride, wonderful speed, wonderful drop, ranking in at a solid 8 for this one. Track layout, what a beauty to look at, and she is a wonderful addition to the skyline there at a 7.5. And overall theming, however, though, a 4. Again, nothing crazy other than the Q signage, so that's why you get a 4 for that. Smoothest of the ride. It is an Intamin roller coaster. It is a little bit older, but it's still holding up in its smoothness at 7. A little rattly towards the end, but nothing I can't handle. Total airtime though. She's an airtime machine. Had a total of 8. Every single hill you hit airtime on regardless. Total of 8. And a re-rideability factor altogether of 8. Solid roller coaster. Definitely the best in the park. Altogether ranking in at a total of 7.4 total tempo tickets. 7.4 total tempo tickets for Superman Ride of Steel.
Gonna head over now to an anticipated one for me in Roar. That is the park's GCI wooden roller coaster. Hitting it up next. Alright, we got one of the 2 Woodies in the park coming up next in Roar in the background. They are running 2 trains, it looks like, at least, which is nice. Got a little bit of a line here. We're gonna wait on it regardless. It's not that bad of a line. So we just got off a Roar, ladies and gentlemen. Had a backseat ride in the middle ride as well. You know I love wooden roller coasters, but it was okay. It was layout looks phenomenal. Unfortunately, it doesn't ride as well. Yeah, the old style cars make it extremely bumpy. I really thought the second turn could have been a little bit shorter to create more G-force. You wouldn't have went over it as slow. But all in all, I give it a...
Up next on the technical breakdown sheet is the GCI Woody in Roar. Now, Roar was, well, an extreme disappointment for me to say the least. A very intense ride, nonetheless. Very forceful turns, I will give it that, ranking in at a 7.5. And what a beauty to look at. I looked at it online, I looked at it in person, I'm like, this is going to be an excellent ride. She just looks amazing. Track layout getting an 8.5. However, though, total theming has been consistent in the Six Flags Park, ranking very low at a 4. Coming up next to a total track smoothness, they're running the old style cars, and the upkeep of the track isn't what it looks like. Unfortunately, you're going low with that on a 4. I mean, sorry, yeah, it's not what it looks like at all. Total airtime of 5. Again, I thought some of the turns could have been a little tighter, some of the hills could have been a little shorter to create more airtime aspects. Very low on the airtime, and a total re-rideability factor of 5. I gave it 2 rides, and both weren't all that grand. I'm sorry, I had to put you all together at a total tempo tickets for Roar at a disappointing 5.7. 5.7 total tempo tickets for Roar.
Coyote Creek area of the park. You can see in the background is Mind Eraser, an exact replica of the same ride over in Six Flags New England. I remember hating it, much like T3 and Mind Eraser. Gonna go on it just to get the credit. I'm probably gonna hate it, but who knows. Okay, so just got off of Mind Eraser. Honestly, I was expecting a lot worse and a lot bumpier of a ride than I got. Compared to the one in New England and T3's SLCs, that is the smoothest one. I'll do that. I'll do a re-ride on that if I really had to. Really not as bad as I expected. Out of all the SLC.
Up next on the technical breakdown sheet, ladies and gentlemen, is the Vekoma SLC in Mind Eraser. Okay, originally going into this ride, I thought it was going to be awful because I rode a few like this, especially an exact replica at Six Flags New England. This score compared to those is significantly higher than what it would have been had I been rating those other types of rides. So either way, nonetheless, Mind Eraser ranking in at a total intensity of 7.5, extremely forceful. SLCs generally are, and yeah, I'm going to give you a 7.5 for that. Track layout altogether, it is a beauty to look at, very nice to the eye, 7 as well. Nice amount of conversions on the ride as well too. However, though, theming, much like the theme of the day is, no pun intended, ranking in at a 4, pretty low. Track smoothness, for what it is a 5. Like I said, compared to the other exact replicas of this ride I've ridden, it would rank like a 3. So I'll give it a little bit better on the track smoothness. Airtime, not been crazy on SLCs, never has been, never will be. And then total re-rideability factor, though, altogether of 6. I'll just rank that a little bit better than the other ones because it wasn't the worst, it wasn't the bumpiest in the world, but it wasn't also the best ride in the world ever. Bringing Mind Eraser's total tempo tickets to 5.3. 5.3 total tempo tickets for Mind Eraser.
Next, ladies and gentlemen, is the Vekoma Flyer in Batwing. Not many of these left around the world now. One of them is here. It's not like Superman back at home in New Jersey where you come in and you sit down and they bring you up, you lay on your back, and then when you get up there, you have a little inversion that takes you over to set you up into the flying position, and then it brings you back at the end. So, give my thoughts after we ride.
Mobile devices can become projectiles while the ride is in motion. Safety of all guests is view all such devices at a This ride is not responsible for any articles lost, stolen, or damaged. Thank you and enjoy your ride.
Okay, just got off the Batwing, the Vekoma Suspended Flyer, amazing coaster, great G-force. That loop in there was amazing because you go through loop on your back. Definitely worth a re-ride later for sure. I just hate how they call it the Batwing coaster. Batwing enough to be, you don't need the word coaster in the name. That's just my opinion though.
Up next on the technical breakdown sheet is Batwing, one of the very left in the world Vekoma Flyers still out there. And what a wonderful treat this was. Total intensity ranking in at a 7.5. Extremely intense, very forceful all throughout the ride, especially that laying on your back loop really took you for a wonderful ride. Track layout altogether of a 7.5. Wonderful, wonderful to look at. It is a beauty, it rides like a beauty. 7.5 for the layout. Altogether, theming go a 5. It's a little bit better theme than the other ones we've ranked so far, as far as the leading up to the station is concerned, but then again, nothing outrageous. Track smoothness, for especially how old it is, I'll still give it a 6.5. Airtime, though, on these types of rides isn't all that prominent. You do get a few going in and out of some of the inversions, some of the hills, but nothing too intense on any of the drops or anything like that, so ranking it at a 4. However, though, total re-rideability factor of 8. She was a treat, both as an historic ride and as an actual ride that still runs well. Altogether, ranking in Batwing's coaster at a 6.5. 6.5 total tempo tickets for Batwing.
So unfortunately, it looks like Wild One is going to be on the chopping block today. Haven't seen it tested at all. It's unfortunate. It's over 100 years old, this wooden roller coaster you're looking at, and I really wanted to go on it. It just doesn't look like it's possible right now. There's a voodoo drop, a really cute drop tower. Look how cute and adorable it is. Entering the Mardi Gras area of Six Flags America, we have this Raging Cajun, which is a spinning wild mouse we're about to get on. It's just another credit, so don't expect to be overly thrilled on this, but I'm just going to do it to do it. So just got off a Raging Cajun. I was surprised at how much we swung on that. It was actually better than I thought it was going to be as far as the wild mouse spinners are concerned. Definitely up there with Primeval World, rest in peace, unfortunately, but definitely fun. That's what Six Flags considers theming.
Up next, ladies and gentlemen, on the technical breakdown sheet is Raging Cajun, the park's spinning wild mouse coaster. And more so of a family coaster, but however, still a fun ride regardless. Total intensity ranking it at a 5. Spinning wild mouse is all you're really going to get from there. However, though, a total track layout, ranking it at a 6.5. A little bit above average for this, but it's still a nice looking coaster nonetheless. Theming altogether a little bit better than most of the park, I'll give you that for sure, because it does have a lot of Mardi Gras stuff around it. Nothing immersive, but it is still better than most of the park, so I'll give it a 6. Altogether, track smoothness is a 6.5, not a bad bumpy ride by any means necessary. Altogether, airtime 5, you get some airtime on the bottom hills, nothing on the top section. That is pretty general wild mouse layout goes. However, though, a total re-rideability of 7. You did spin a lot, and I did have fun with that, so it is something that puts a smile on your face. Ranking in Raging Cajun's total tempo tickets for 5.9. 5.9 total tempo tickets for Raging Cajun.
Saw Wild run a few times, so I'm going to wait it out and see if they open, but it is an Ace roller coaster landmark, meaning, well, this roller coaster dates back to 1917. So it's mainly good rides for historical value, but American coaster enthusiasts recognize the Wild One as one of the oldest operational woodies in date, over 100 years old. I really hope we get to go on it. So I'm really glad I waited it out. I am going to get my ride on Wild One, this historic coaster, and this will be my 150th roller coaster. So it's kind of cool how it worked out that it's the last ride today, but $150 after Wild One. So just got off a Wild Run, ladies and gentlemen. That ride is 103 years old. And for the significance of an old wooden roller coaster like that, it was a great ride, especially a great credit to get for my 150th credit of all time. You can feel the bumpiness on that. It was retracked. It came here in 1986 from a park up in Maryland. But it was significant, wonderful, wonderful, great, historic 150th roller coaster. Woo!
And finally on the technical breakdown sheet is the Wild One, this historic 103-year-old wooden roller coaster dating back to 1917. Wild One's intensity altogether ranks it at a 6.5. Some very forceful turns, especially the last helix. Yeah, it was fun. Altogether, wonderful ride. Great track layout. Especially ranking it at an 8 because of number one is 103 years old, and because of that, the layout of it is that the fact that it's still standing. It's what's making it that high of a number right now, honestly. Theming altogether is a 6. Lightly carnival themed, nothing crazy altogether. Total track smoothness altogether of a 5 though, which for how old this ride is, for it to get a 5, does show you that the upkeep of it is somewhat there. Not sure how much upkeep they are doing because it is Six Flags. They do tend to take care of their woodies though, so I would assume. Total airtime at 5.5, you do get some nice ejectors on the hills there, and then the total re-rideability of 8 in the one altogether at a 6.55, ladies and gentlemen. 6.55 total tempo tickets for the Wild One.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was my day here at Six Flags America in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. And as a coaster enthusiast, I mean, good park. It wasn't bad. It wasn't Kentucky Kingdom bad, but it just wasn't up to par with my other Six Flags. So far in order, they go Jersey, California, Maryland, and then here, but still a good park nonetheless. Quick, you get your Six Flags operation and wonderful customer service. I hope you hear the sarcasm in my voice with that. Met a really cool coaster enthusiast here too. We got on some rides together, which was also fun as well. Would I come back here and plan a trip? I mean, if you're getting the credits, yeah, come and do it. Would I necessarily say, hey, let's go to Maryland? No, I would probably choose another Six Flags park that's closer to me. But no, all in all, I had a really good day. Ride of the day, though, of course, goes to Superman. Ride of Steel. And second place, I'm going to give it to the Wild One, just because it was such a significant and historic ride to get on. And what a great credit it was for 150. I'm going to be making more theme park creation videos. I've been on the road lately, so haven't been too much on Planet Coaster, but in between my trips I do. More creations coming your way, and I'm also going to make a video ranking all the wooden roller coasters I've been on this summer, since it was the summer of Woodies for me. I'm going to do a lot more of those ranking videos now that my coaster numbers are getting up there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed my visit here to Six Flags America. Now it's...
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for my final breakdown of Six Flags America in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Total theming today, ranking in at a 5. Nothing outrageous, some cool buildings. However, it did feel like cardboard cutout theme park. Nothing immersive whatsoever. Total cost ranking in at a 6.5. Compared to other Six Flags parks, it wasn't that expensive, but you didn't get the most bang for your buck by any means whatsoever. Total cleanliness of a 6, not your cleanest park, not your filthiest, but definitely not the nicest park either. Quality of attractions, 6. They did have some cool rides like Superman, Joker's Jinx, the Wild One, Batwing, but nothing new, nothing modern, nothing that stands out. So total quality of attractions is a 6. Operations altogether, let me talk to you real quick about their operations, how horrendous they were. Probably the worst operations I've ever seen in my life, and some of the most incompetent ride operators I've ever seen as well. I was on Mind Eraser, and the train in front of me was they're checking the restraints, getting their train ready to dispatch, and the ride operator dropped the floor of the train to which one of the other ride operators was standing on while checking the restraints of the train, and that is extremely, I've never seen that done ever before. It could have caused some really big safety issues. Imagine if they would have dispatched the train early. Just total incompetence. So really, total operations of 3. Sorry, yeah, you guys got to get a lot better. Total upkeep of the park too, really horrible. A lot of dinks, a lot of bangs ups. It looked like a lot of stuff was dated. Altogether a 4. Like I said, it was a park to get to. It was fun, but altogether, total temple tickets for Six Flags America in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, ranking it at a 5.43. 5.43 total temple tickets for Six Flags Maryland. Sorry, for Six Flags America. I'll catch everybody next time, and until then, I'll meet you at the Midway.